Hey everyone, happy holidays. This time of year I like to pause and reflect on what an incredible privilege it's been to explore this planet and capture moments that otherwise would disappear. According to Lightroom, I took in 2025 over 56,000 photographs. That's a lot of images. So instead of trying to rank them, I chose 10 photographs from the year that stayed with me. Think of them as moments along a journey, places that taught me something about photography and myself. In this video, I'm going to share the stories behind them, and as a small holiday gift to you, I'll randomly choose one of you to receive a signed print of your favorite image. All you have to do is leave a comment telling me which image resonated most with you and why. Okay, let's do this. The year began in the Scottish Highlands, a place that doesn't just reveal itself, it challenges you, slows you down, forces you to really look. One morning before sunrise, we climbed the Old Man of Store. Fresh snow, pastel skies, and these ancient spires rising out of the earth. I launched a drone and used the telephoto lens not to make the scene look bigger, but to show how small I felt standing there. That feeling, that sense of humility and awe, stayed with me all year. Before leaving Skye, we ventured along the cliffs and I noticed this lone tree clinging to the edge. The balance, the resilience, the light. It felt like a quiet reminder of how fragile and strong we all are. On the beaches of Harris, something shifted for me. This was the place where I stopped chasing shots and started responding to light. As the storm passed, a full double rainbow appeared. I moved out onto the rocks for a better composition and a wave suddenly crashed over my left shoulder. I got soaked, but I got the shot. And that was the moment I finally felt comfortable calling myself a photographer. The next day, we ventured out in pouring rain and 60-mile-an-hour winds to explore the Isle of Lewis. Along the way, I spotted an old, dilapidated cottage. I yelled to Nigel, "Stop the car!" Standing in the wind and rain, trying to find a composition, 4 sheep wandered into the frame. What started as a miserable weather day turned into one of my favorite images of all time. In Norway, the weather, well, doesn't always cooperate. We had nearly a week of cloudy skies with only brief glimpses of sunlight. But on the last night, after midnight, the skies finally lifted. For 4 to 5 hours, we stood outside in silence, just watching the sky dance. Exhausted, we finally headed back to the cabins, and at 5 in the morning, the sky was still glowing. I couldn't sleep. This wasn't the beginning of the show. It was the quiet after. Cities move fast. They don't wait for you. Street photography is my way of slowing them down and, well, letting stories emerge on their own. I love images like this because, well, they ask questions. Who's this person? Where are they going? The story is never finished, and, well, that's the beauty of it. Traveling by bike through the Alps and the Dolomites, well, forced me to slow down, to be present. Sometimes the best images come when you stop trying to make them. But one image was still waiting for me. Without a doubt, my favorite city in Europe to photograph is Venice. Every narrow corridor, every reflection, every corner offers something new and old. I woke early, before sunrise, and walked into a near-empty St. Mark's Square. Along the Grand Canal, the gondolas were moored by rope, gently rising and falling with the tide. I set up my tripod, added an ND filter, and slowed the shutter to 30 seconds letting time move through the frame. Soon, the gondoliers would arrive, and the quiet would give way to the day. But for a moment, Venice was still. Mongolia is vast, a place where time feels different and silence has weight. And something familiar, yet different, lurks in the steppe. Standing alone beneath billions of stars felt timeless. A reminder of how small we are, yet how connected. Connected to the past, the present, and the future. In the far western corner of Mongolia, the Kazakh eagle hunters command the landscape. With the Alpes mountains behind them, we were privileged to witness a culture shaped by centuries of tradition. This didn't feel like photographing a subject. It felt like bearing witness. And this image will stay with me for the rest of my life. By October, I felt the pull to reconnect. Not just with places, but with the process. Spending time in Moab, Utah reminded me that movement can be a form of meditation. Whether it was riding, hiking, flying the drone, or simply standing still in the desert, I felt something reset, a renewed sense of curiosity, and a deeper appreciation for why I tell stories in the first place. And after seeing so much of the world, these images remind me that awe doesn't require travel. Sometimes the most meaningful place to arrive is right where you already are. Thank you for being part of this journey. If there's one lesson I've learned from this incredible year, is that travel allows us not only to see the world, but to feel it. So, remember, always keep chasing the light, keep chasing the wonder, and keep chasing the awe. Until next time, take care now.